Do you love the game? Gambling, and all other dangers to the sport. And use basketball to make a better world. This is our game. Play it straight.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
No worries, dahil only ang saya will TNT Saya All. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only Chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT.
We started ang family business talaga namin. Talaga sari-sari store ang negosyo namin. So sa sari-sari store namin, same building, meron kaming on the side na dress shop. Yan ang sabi ni Mama. Dress shop, hindi pa to sports. I mean, nagagawa lang kami, nagre-repair lang kami ng mga damit. From there, may pumunta sa kanyang friend or client na nagpagawa ng parang how many pieces of t-shirts. So from there, yung makina niya, kaya naman gawin yung shirt, doon na nag-start yung paggawa niya ng uniforms. Kung paano yung sinimulan ni Mama, siguro yun pa rin naman yung nararamdaman namin. Pero in a different perspective na. Talagang pag nanood ngayon tayo ng TV, when we watch yung different sports, kunyari nanood tayo ng basketball, makikita natin yung PBA. Pag nanood tayo ng volleyball, makikita natin yung LGR. Iba na yung pakiramdam na yung brand is overall, nakikita na lahat.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best-ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
my future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Do you love the game? This is our game. Play it straight.
Three matches that will surely put you at the edge of your seats. Good afternoon, basketball fans. Welcome to another weekend or Sunday filled of basketball action. And this is the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup. My name is Francis Maligdem, along with boss Benny Benitez. And later we'll be talking to our courtside reporter Bianca Tagarda for some updates regarding both squads. But today we'll be featuring 3 matches, starting with the first game, the LPU Pirates going up against the UST Growling Tigers. So boss Ben, what can we expect from these 2 squads?
Oh, tinitignan ko nga ngayon si LPU Pirates, Kiko. They're complete, so we expect a very nice matchup here. And then we see Kumbay Ayol dito sa UST, si Zayn Mahmoud. So it's gonna be a very, very nice matchup that we're gonna have here.
So after the LPU and the UST Growling Tigers, we'll be having later at 4 p.m. the EAC going up against St. Dominic, and later at 6 p.m. will be the Diliman College going up against Perpetual Altas. Now let's go to the first team natin, yung LPU Pirates. In their last game, they actually lost to the UP Fighting Maroons. But of course, before anything else, we'll talk about the team standings. Nasaan na ba yung dalawang teams na maglalaban ngayon?
Okay, nandito sila sa sa may group prime, Kiko, and currently ang LPU Pirates, they're at 0-1 kasi nga they just had their first game last Tuesday, or is it Thursday. Ngayon, ito kalaban nila yung UP dyan. They lost a very close fight, 98-93. And now, let's go to the team standings in group prime. Leading up is ang UP Team 1 with 4-0, and then yung Perpetual Altas 1-1. Itong maglalaro ngayon, ang UST Growling Tigers, they're at 1-2. Same with the CSB Blazers. And then, bringing up yung rear, yung last 3 teams dito, yung JRU Heavy Bombers, who just had their debut game also. Same with the Perpetual, with the LPU Pirates and the Diliman Blue Dragons at 1-1. Now, on the other hand, on Group Edge, bringing up at top of the standing, itong Adamson Soaring Falcons. 3-1 naman itong UP Team 2 and yung Bulldogs. They just suffered their first defeat yesterday against the Mapua Cardinals. They're at 1-1. The St. Dominic Pikemen 2-1. Ang Mapua Cardinals, they're at 1-3. 1-1. And then 1-3 itong Guangming Flying Dragons, and ang itong EAC Generals bringing up the rear at 0-2.
So kung titignan natin yung team standing, sobrang dikit. And that leads us to the match at hand, and that is the LPU Pirates going up against the UST Growling Tigers. Now let's go dun sa first team natin, yung LPU Pirates. Sinasabi nga kanina ni Boss Benny, they lost to the UP Fighting Maroons, but it was a close game. What happened ba? Ano ba ang naging resulta? Why did LPU lost that game?
It was a very, very close fight. Talagang you will never know who's gonna win until the very end. But it was a very competitive fight. Si John Versosa, si Gal Montaño, they were at the forefront of that game against, the top team of UP. They were out-rebounded, yes, 32-24. But at the end of the day, yung end game brilliance ni UP, na-overshadow lang itong 90% effort na naibigay ni LPU Pirates doon.
And then when we talk about LPU, sinabi nga ni Boss Benny, yung mga key players or yung mga players to watch out for, na dyan si Gal Montaño, John Versosa, at saka si Richmond Casino. But for LPU to win this game against UST, ano ba yung kailangan nilang gawin?
Dig deep from the bench, and sinabi natin dito, and consistency. Hindi pa natin nakita dito si JM Bravo at saka si Ato Barba, who will be significant for the LPU Pirates. I think this might probably be the MVP season for Ato Barba. So let's see, kasi siya talaga ang aasahan dyan.
Yes, at sinasabi nga natin dati, he is the barbometer, di ba, ng LPU. Napuntahan naman natin ngayon ang ating third person sa panel natin na si Bianca Tagarda na may balita sa LPU. Ano ba ang balita ng LPU ngayon sa LPU, Bianca? Paano nila pinagandaan itong game na to?
Kiko and Benny, nakausap ko nga si Coach Gilbert Malabanan before the game at sabi niya nga, while their last game versus UP was so close yet so far masaya naman siya sa pinapakita ng mga players niya. And for today nga, nabanggit ninyo, Barba is now here, will be playing his first game, and masaya din daw si Coach Gilbert that they learned a lot from the UP game, and they will be able to apply that here versus UST, lalong-lalo na at meron na naman daw FSA ang
Oh,
kakalabanin
yes.
nila for today.
Oh, yes,
Totoo yan.
definitely maganda yan, Bianca. Kasi usually itong mga teams ng NCAA, syempre walang FSA sa kanila. They look forward to that challenge na makalaban ang isang team na may FSA because syempre matalaki, matetest yung mga big man din
That's
nila.
true. Because of the ruling of the NCAA nga not to have an FSA.
Mhm.
So, yung mga laban nila, anytime kalaban nila ang UAAP teams, it's a significant game to them.
Yes. Now, puntahan naman natin yung other side of the fence and that is the UST Growling Tigers. In their previous matchup, actually nanalo sila sa Benilde in their last matchup. But we are seeing right now their game against the Diliman Blue Dragons. We're in munti ka na. Konti na lang.
Mm-mm.
Ano ba nangyari sa game na
In
yun?
this graphics that we have, we are showing the game against the Diliman Blue Dragons. But what is lacking here is yung pagkapanalo nila against the CSB Blazers, which is most recent, 92-87, yung win nila over the Blazers. And in that game, si Kumbay Ayol, 19 points, 14 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 3 steals. He was really the star of that game. But, nandun din si Calum, nandun din si Michael Marin, si Zane Mahmoud. And it was a very nice show of effort on the part of the Growling Tigers during that game.
And speaking of Kumbay, he's one of the key players to watch out for in this game. Siya yung kailangan pagtutuunan ng pansin kasi katulad ng sinabi ng LPU, they look forward to meeting this UST kasi meron silang FSA. So,
Yes.
mga players to watch out, si Kumbay Ayol Kumbay, si Michael Mara, and si Beaver Calum. For UST naman, anong kailangan nilang gawin to overcome this LPU side?
Their biggest advantage is Kumbaya Ayol. Laki-laki niya, ang haba-haba niya. So they have to take advantage of that. They also have to limit their turnovers, take advantage of their guard play as well. Kasi nandiyan si Murala o si Kelum nga, nandiyan din si Melencio. Marami rin sila magagaling na gwardiya.
And now, speaking of UST, let's get some news sa UST. I heard there are some players sa roster nila that won't be appearing. So let's hear it from our third man or third person in the panel na si Bianca Tagarda. Bianca, ano ang balita sa UST?
Yes, Kiko and Benny, marami nga ang wala dito sa roster ng UST as I heard from Coach Japs Kuwan na hindi na raw maglalaro ang mga juniors including Koji Buenaflor, Carl Manding, and Charles Bookseat. And while their last game versus Benilde was a blast, it cost them one player, that is Earl Bahal, which will be sitting out for the rest of this Collegiate Cup to heal his dislocation in his shoulder.
Alright, maraming salamat Bianca. But bago ka namin pakawalan, manghulaan portion muna tayo. Bianca, ikaw ang unahin ko. Bianca, what is your fearless forecast for this game?
Well, Kiko and Benny, nakakasawa na rin maging neutral. So I will go with UST for this
Siyempre.
one dahil mas prefer natin yung underdogs and they beat Benilde. What more, LPU?
Ikaw naman, Boss Ben.
NCAA. Si
NCAA.
LPU tayo palagi.
So kung NCAA ka, sa LPU ka, I'll go for my
UST,
isa sa mga alma mater ko rin,
Okay.
ang UST Growling Tigers. Dahil syempre, I feel that this year, marami silang mga secret weapons para magpakitang gilas in this season. So ladies and gentlemen, it's UST Growling Tigers and the LPU Pirates here in the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup. Let's hear it right now to our venue announcer for the introduction of the starting five.
is led by Japs Kuan. Our game officials for this ball game: Crew Chief John Lesigas, Umpire 1 Dennis Tolik, and Umpire 2 Romulo Buenavista.
And there you go, the starters for both squads: Moralejo, Villegas, Versosa, Malabanan, and Montano for the Pirates. For the Growling Tigers, we have Calo, Mara, Kumbay, Mahmoud, and Kwan. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the UST and LPU Pirates here in the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup. Boss Ben, what can you say about the starters?
Exciting kasi to, Kiko, dahil on the part of the LPU Pirates, they're bringing in their 8 people already. Now, on the part of the USC Growling Tigers, you're seeing here a few of the A's, but definitely there are a few names na pag tinignan mo mabuti, yan yung potentially pwedeng umangat. Like Kumbay, Ayol is a name that pwedeng umangat.
Yes, makikita mo pa lang yung wingspan ni Kumbay, no? Talagang ang haba. I mean, whenever you try to drive straight to the basket, parang pag nakita mo siya, magdadalong isip ka. So the score is still, both teams are still scoreless. 30 seconds have gone by in the opening period as we have LPU with the possession. That is number 13, si Montano. Launches a 3, Mintes. Rebound ni Alaw. Alaw, naghanap ng papasahan. Binigay niya inside, pero hindi nasalo ang pasa. Turnover. And that turnover is the first for Growling Tigers. Actually, the second, yung pasa niya kay Michael Mara. 9:09 remaining. LPU, Dileg. Pinasa niya kay Montano. And now, here comes number 12, Moralejo. Pop out si Villegas. Villegas drives. Elbow jumper, Mintes. Scramble for the ball, won by UST. Here comes Beaver. Beaver, may hawak ng bola. Binabantayan siya ni Moralejo. Let's see what will UST do in this play. Beaver, his pass. Oh, three-point shot by Alaw.
That was a good shot by Moore Alaw. No, it was a bailout shot on the part of the USC Growling Tigers.
Meanwhile, LPU will set up the play. Here comes Montano. Oh, what a shot there.
Kiko, si Gael Montano, he's really lighting it up kasi nung last game nila, he had 14 points on 4 of 10 threes. Very versatile ito si Gael Montano.
And that was a tough shot. Nag-step back pa siya tapos tumira eh. And meanwhile, Kumbay forcing the issue inside and makes the basket. Meanwhile, ito tumira ng 3. Nagmintes. And now, UST has the possession. Calum, may hawak ng bola. Pinapasa. Oh, what a shot. Back-to-back basket for Kumbay.
Kumbay Ayol, yung sinasabi nga natin kanina, UST has to take advantage of their biggest advantage, which is si Kumbay dahil sa kanyang length, yung wingspan niya, tsaka yung height niya.
Meanwhile, a basket by Moralejo. So, napapansin natin early on that UST is going inside pero ang LPU going outside.
Well, they have to kasi ang gusto nilang mangyari is to keep the defense of UST honest. Palabasin ng kaunti yung mga bigs ni USC, especially Michael Mara at saka itong si Kumbay Ayol. Ngayon, Gael Montano is a very big weapon dahil he's a big that can shoot. So, pwede na magamit ni Coach Gilbert Malabanan yung advantage ng yun.
And now UST with the possession. Mahmoud, pinasa kay Mara. Mara drives hard to the basket. Block there. Great defense by LPU. Itong LPU talagang makakabulag ka eh. Kasi parang isipin mo, parang wala silang legit big man. But they're bigs. As in talagang ang galing magdepensa, ang galing pumwesto.
Yeah, yung sizes ng bigs nila, halos magkakalaki, magkakasing tangkad sila. Si Gael Montano in this case is their biggest player as of this time. And si Jonathan Dileg. Ito yung mga malalaki nila together with si J.M. Bravo who we'll be seeing on later.
Meanwhile, a basket by Beaver. Calum. And now, LPU, talagang they're using their speed to their advantage. After that basket, wala nang patumpik-tumpik na layup na agad.
You can never discount LPU, Kiko. They're a Final Four team. hindi matatawaran yung talent at saka yung achievements na nangyari na dito sa LPU Pirates, especially last season.
Yes, definitely. I think a lot of so-called basketball experts were shocked to see LPU in the Final Four. Especially, di ba, parang wala silang big man, legit big man, to man the paint.
Yeah,
compared to the other 3 teams sa Final Four.
Last na nakita kong big man nila, si JM Baru, like I mentioned earlier, si Genesis Aviles. These are names na bagayin yung pag-inisip mo yung LPU of the last 2 years. Yun yung mga big man nila.
And of course, makikita natin yung pagkawala ng mga big man nila, doon naman pumutok yung mga guards nila, sina Barba, sina Guadanya. Yan yung mga inaasahan nila ngayon.
Yeah, noticeably absent from the lineup is Mac Guadanya. Maybe we could confirm if he has already exhausted yung kanyang playing years.
As we see Villegas in right now, ang LPU talaga umuulan ng tres and they're doing the damage outside.
Oo, talaga nga, like you said, kailangan na pumutok yung outside shots nila.
And now, Alaw has it. Alaw takes a 3 air ball, pero Mahmoud was there to get the ball. However, medyo nagkaroon ng turnover sila doon on that part. So LPU will have the possession and now UST has some substitution sa ilang mga players and they are taking Kumbay out. So tingnan natin ngayon, how will UST manage this, lalo na sa defense kasi nawalan sila ng big man.
Yan, just si Encho Laure being the big man together with Zain Mahmoud. So katulad ng palagi natin sinasabi in the previous broadcast, this is an opportunity for Zain Mahmoud to step up.
Yes.
Tingnan natin kung how far he can go.
Meanwhile, Calum travels there. Ito yung one of the surprises ng UST, no, si Calum. As in the previous game, makikita mo talagang despite the height, walang katakot-takot.
Yung mga guards nila na tinitignan natin to be part of yung A-team nila. No? Si Calum, potentially si Milencio. From here, from this group, Alaw, yan yung mga baka makita natin.
Yes, definitely. Of course, si Alaw is no stranger to some people, having played, if I'm not mistaken, San Beda before, high school, and then of course he became part of the LaSalle Green Archers, and now finding his new home here in UST.
Yeah, nga, he had some temporary stops at UE and FEU for very, very brief. But like what we always say, sana makita niya na yung kanyang spot dito sa UST lineup.
Oh, a 3-point shot. Gal Montaño, I believe that is his second shot from the outside. It's 4 minutes and 4 seconds. So far, talagang dinadaan ng LPU sa kanilang outside shooting ang laro na ito. As we see Laure taking that shot, missing. He grabs his own miss, and there was a foul. And right now, let's hear it from our courtside reporter na si Bianca Tagarda with some updates.
One of the secret weapons of the UST Growling Tigers, that is Kumbay Ayol Kumbay from South Sudan, is just 19 years old. He may be the youngest but the tallest on court right now at kakarating na nga lang daw sa team a few months ago after being discovered by Coach Pido Harencio. During their last match versus Benil, Kumbay was UST's edge kahit na outnumbered sila, and for this match, they aim to capitalize and repeat history, as Kumbay does not just have the height but also the range that this roster of the Growling Tigers need, according to Coach Jap's squad. Now, Kiko and Benny, what is Kumbay's impact in their every match?
Yes, Bianca, thank you for that. Now, seeing Kumbay, lalo na yung last game, talagang he lorded the boards and inside the paint. Talagang ang hirap bantayan. Siguro yung first game niya, medyo nanibago lang. Diba?
We're talking about the impact of Kumbay, as mentioned by Bianca. Very significant. Game changer kasi siya. Intimidator, Sa haba niya, no?
Yes.
Hindi maano ka, you'll think twice bago tumira.
Ang hirap. The one thing that I was shocked to know is he's just only 19.
19 years old.
And grabe na yung tangkad. Inahaba ng galaway.
He's from South Sudan. In South Sudan, um, participant yan sa World Cup.
Yes,
They're a basketball-rich country in South Sudan.
And meanwhile, parang lahat ng mga players ng LPU, no, parang they have the green light to hit from the outside, to shoot from the outside.
Glad to see JM Bravo. Talagang andito na. No? Remember, nung time ng NCAA, there were a few instances na medyo nakakabahan ka sa kanya, no? Dahil may mga nagkaroon siya ng mga medical emergencies ba?
Yes, I could still remember. Naalala ko nga ikaw yung boss Ben, no? Yung nalaman mo during the NCAA, nagulat ka rin. Parang, oh my, bait-bait ng bata na yun.
You're happy to see him up and up already.
Yes. So the score right now is 20 all. And there is a timeout called as we take a look at some highlights in this first quarter, 2 minutes and 24 seconds. We'll be back here in the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup. As we see on the screen right now, sinasabi nga si Barba playing already, Bravo, and then si Richmond, Casino, then Fuentes making up the 5 for the LPU. While for UST naman, nadyan pa rin si Alaw, and then of course si Brian Teng, and shooting from the line si Michael Mara. I think Mara hasn't taken a breather here. So talagang one of the go-to guys.
Yeah. Go-to guy din natin sa pagiging analyst. Ito si Richmond Casino.
Oh, yes.
Kiko, ang ating kasama sa live stream. Si Richmond Casino is now playing for the LPU Pirates.
And I'm happy for him kasi lalo na yung previous game, he shot the lights out. Ang ganda ng performance niya.
I can see him wearing a different pair of shoes na. Kobe's na siya.
Oh, yeah.
Kasi yung Kyrie's niya, 3 beses yata siya nadulas during the game ng nila against the UP Fighting Maroons Team 1.
Siguro pinag-usapan na yun. Palit ka ng sapatos.
Medyo madulas yung Kyrie.
Oh. So let's see. And now Alaw has the ball. Alaw takes the shot. No good. Great defense there by number 3, John Barba. Ang sinasabi natin, Barbameter.
Barbameter.
ng LPU. Because if you notice yung sa previous matches nila, kung ano yung performance ni Barba, dun talaga pag maganda laro niya, maganda ang resulta na for LPU.
Yeah, kasi si Barba is an all-around player for Coach Gilbert Malabanan. And coming in from his high school days, talagang he's counted upon already. He's the man as early as yung high school days niya pa lang.
Meanwhile, Casino, oh, what a shot there. Wala nang kaba no?
Very confident si Richmond Casino. The last game that he had 11 points. 2 of 2 free throws, 3 of 3 from threes. Almost perfect. Itong si Richmond, 21 minutes. He was used for 21 minutes by ni Coach Gilbert Malabanan. He produced well.
And of course, makikita nga natin for that young guy, maganda yung story niya. He just went here in the Philippines, nag-walk-in lang. And then that's a feel-good story na yun. And now, he's maybe, most likely, part of Team A for LPU, and he's producing well.
I think he is part of Team A from last year. But yung chances niya of stepping up in this coming season 101, he has a big chance.
Yes, as we see in the free throw line ngayon, si John Bravo. JM Bravo there. And of course, ito nga yung sinasabi nga natin, glad to see him play basketball.
Oo. Bravo is significant dun sa front line ng LPU Pirates together with ito nga si Jonathan Daileg.
And now LPU will have one more possession, 24 seconds remaining. 6 seconds in the shot clock. They have to take a shot. In and out for Casino. Rebound.
That's a shot you want to make. You want to take, I mean, open shot.
Let's see, UST will have the final possession. Alaw, tumira ng tres. Air ball. Rebound by Bravo. And that wraps the first quarter action here in the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup. It's a close game between the LPU Pirates and the UST Growling Tigers as the Pirates take a 2-point lead, 22-20, as we take a look at a first quarter highlights. Ladies and gentlemen, second quarter here in the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup. And of course, we would like to say thank you to our official venue partner, ENDERUN Colleges, official ticketing partner, Ticket to Me, and official outfitter, LGR. Back to the game, ladies and gentlemen. And a three-point shot ang nagpasimula para sa LPU in this second quarter. And they are continuing their hot start sa labas. And 9:25 remaining. Alaw, he drives, stolen there. Tumatakbo ngayon, Casino all the way for the basket.
Very happy for Richmond Casino, no? Talagang, ano siya, very competitive. Hopefully, sino ba ito? Si Lion?
So, si Lion Palingayan. Let's see what happens.
Yata sila magkakampi.
Nagkaroon ng ano. So the officials will try to check on that previous play kung meron man infractions or violations that happened during that play, as the officials will go to the review center right now to check and discuss the said matter while both teams are in their respective benches plotting their next move. Oh. And there is an offensive foul. Upon the review, an offensive foul is called on Bevier Column. At makikita nga natin during this one, may konting tulak.
Konting tulak.
Oo. Tulak kay Callum. That's why there was an offensive foul. Back to the action. And there's a traveling called on JM Bravo there. So possession will go back to UST. 27-20, 8:55 remaining.
Ato Barba slowly getting his feel pa lang, paunti-unti. Getting his touches.
parang ano din eh, yung, ito yung story din ni Clint Escamis. No? He's trying to get his groove back. And now, ganun din kay Bravo.
Yeah.
Ay, Barba, rather.
It's a good thing that si Ato Barba is already in the rotation ni Coach Gilbert Malaban. Kasi yung last game nila, Joshua Moralejo 24 minutes, Gael Montaño was used 29, Versosa 25, Daileg 25, and si Peñafiel 21. So talaga medyo nag-concentrate si Coach Gilbert on a few players. Ngayon, JM Bravo, nandiyan na nga si Ato Barba. So he has two big-time players na magagamit niya na. Just like that.
Yes, definitely. And my goodness, parang ano no, hindi tuloy-tuloy yung tira nila sa labas. Wala akong masabi. As in, wow! Yung tira talaga nila, they're looking for that open shot and hopefully it will bring out the defense sa labas.
Yeah, you always talk about yung modern game of basketball na positionless, a lot of three-point shooting, yung big man are shooting, and yan, pinapakita ni LPU Pirates ngayon. Nakikita natin dahil si JM Bravo is hoisting up the shots, lumalabas ngayon si Kumbay. So now this is an opportunity for LPU to now mix and match yung kanilang strategy kasi pwede na rin silang pumasok ngayon or mag-open up na kahit paano yung middle for slashers like etong si Richmond Casino.
And of course, that three-point shot was brought to you by Smart Sports there. And of course, speaking of our sponsors, we would like to say thank you to our sponsors, Pinoyliga.com, Amelie Hotel Manila, Eastern Communications, and Buffalo Wings and Things. And of course, catch the games live via www.pusupi.com, the Smart Sports Facebook page, and Pinoy Liga's Facebook and YouTube channel. And Pinoy Liga is a proud member of SBP. So bola ng LPU after that challenge they made. And until now, scoreless pa rin ang UST here in the second quarter with 2 minutes have gone by here in the period. Kumbay. Parang kahit itaas ni Kumbay yung bola, hindi mo makukuha eh.
Ano siya talaga, sobrang haba ni Kumbay.
And I won't be surprised if by next year he will be part of the main team of UST.
There's a big chance. I mentioned before that there's plenty of things dun sa bag ni Kumbay na kailangan pa i-develop but no one can take away his physical gifts ba?
As we take a look at that play, great play from Michael Mara. Nakabunot pa siya ng end one opportunity there. As that was UST's first basket. First 2 points or first points of the Growling Tigers here in the second period.
Michael Mara, 16 points on 7 of 14 field goals. 9 rebounds in their win against the CSB Blazers.
And look at that.
Pang klase.
Look at that. Kumbay, Ayol Kumbay. Pinulot lang yung yung mintis and then nag-pull up lang. Pasok.
Sa habang niya, masyado siyang mahaba.
And now, Alaw, he drives. Ito yung resulta ng confidence nila kay Kumbay. Yung mga players nila, they have this, parang tumataas din yung confidence level nila once they know they have a big man they can rely on.
Yeah, meron silang defensive anchor that they can rely on, knowing that meron silang intimidator. Ngayon, kung may early offense nila, kung ano man yung makukuha nila from those defensive stops, mas maganda para sa UST.
And the score right now is 30-26 as UST have scored 6 straight points here in this quarter. That's why naputol na yun nila ang kalamangan sa 4 na puntos. Kumbay, may hawak ng bola, hindi niya area yan. So pinasa niya kay Mara and now it's with Teng. Teng zigzagging his way. Looks for Mara inside. Mara makes the move. there was a foul.
That's what you like about Michael Mara, yung footwork niya sa poste, yung kanyang craftiness when it comes to post plays. Ayun, no?
As nakita natin, no? May konting hook lang, mabilis na move and resulted to a foul from Abregana.
That's what you like about him. Ang ganda niya nga nung post play niya. Kasi you could rely on him. Tignan mo, hindi siya nagmadali nung nakuha niya yung bola.
Yes. As Mara completes that shot, it's now 27-30. Just a 3-point lead. So tingnan natin kung anong gagawin na move ng LPU as they have the ball. Montaño ngayon na kay Abregana. Binigay ngayon. Oh, there is a foul. And slowly, both players have stood up. Medyo nagkaroon ng konting parang friendly conversations lang habang nakahiga.
Fiery competition kasi meron tayo dito, Kikos.
Yes. So officials will now check on the review center kung ano ba yung nangyari. Kung meron ba dapat tawagan na foul on that one, as both teams will go back to their respective benches to map out some changes if possible. 6:12 remaining as we take a look at that. As we take a look at that play, biglang pumigil na talaga si Bangko para maiwasan ng any untoward incident, sabi nga.
Ano naman yan eh, magkakaibigan din yung mga iba dyan sa mga players. So,
yes.
I'm sure that friendship will get the better of them, obviously.
Oo. Iba na rin yung panahon ngayon eh, kasi dati talaga, no, I am sure you encountered that. Pag sinabi mo, kunyari, nasa isang side ka, talang isang side lang, di mo kaibigan yung mga nasa kabila eh, no? Pero ngayon, iba na eh, talagang, oo. They are competitors pag sa loob ng court, pero paglabas niya, wala na yan. Iba nga dati.
Kaya nga may comparison among generation. There's always that discussion about the differences.
And now LPU will have the possession. Uy, tinukot! Ang ganda ng basket na yon from number 19 ng LPU.
Because there are a few recruits na eligible maglaro sa ating liga, Kiko. So each team, they have the chance to list down 5 unenrolled recruits. Like in the case of LPU Pirates, itong mga new players that they have here.
Yung mga wala pang pangalan sa likod.
Yes.
And now here comes Alaw, 5:23 remaining, 32-29. Mara has it. He can hit it from there. Boom! For Michael Mara.
Michael Mara showing us everything he's got in his bag. Yung face-up 3-point shot, yung back to the basket. Offensive gift talaga to si Michael Mara. Dami niya nagagawa.
And just like that, it's tied once again, and there was a foul. And ladies and gentlemen, let's try to hear it from our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda. May updates. Bianca?
Mga kaliga, commercial muna from an intense fight earlier this quarter. Now, hinahanap nyo nga kanina si Ato Barba and JM Bravo, and now they're here. But according to their coaches, wala raw sila during their first game versus UP, as Coach Gilbert chose safety so that they may rest their minor injuries, with Ato Barba struggling on his ankle and JM Bravo on his knee. Pero okay naman na raw sila ngayon completely, and hopefully sila ang maging susi for their first win. Now, Kiko and Benny, how were their first minutes?
And then, thank you so much, Bianca. So far, so good for their performance. Si Barba and Bravo, they have shown that they really belong to this team, at sila yung mga titignan ng mga opposing coaches paano babantayan.
Yeah, and as we see si Kumbayayol, get another rebound by sheer length.
Ayan yun eh. Parang talagang if you were LPU, pag alam mo may titira, hanapin mo na si Kumbay eh, no? Kasi talagang hirap eh, oh. I mean, looking at him, parang hindi mo na, ang hirap na i-box out mo lang. Kasi pag tinaas na niya yung kamay.
Oo, yung mga players from African nations like South Sudan, they're physically gifted.
Yes.
I remember nanonood nga ako before yung mga movies from the 90s. Blue Chip.
The Air Up There?
The Air Up There. And I remember si Kumbay, he fits yung ganun,
Yes.
Yung ganun na, kasi yung gift talaga sa African nations, yung kanilang physical gifts na katulad niya, ng haba nila.
Yun na yata talaga yung characteristics ng isang sa Africa na talagang mahaba yung galamay.
And they have become a weapon in basketball, especially in Asia.
And of course, Gal Montaño hitting another 3. If hindi mali yung pagkabilang ko, that is his third 3-point shot. And upon hitting that, poker face. Walang walang iba-ibang action. Ang ganda ng bitaw niya, straight to the hoop yung linya. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, 38-33, 4:03 remaining time on this call. Babalik tayo dito sa Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup.
Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus Only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
My future.
Right? What's a plan? I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup as we feature 3 games for today. And starting with this first game, LPU Pirates and the UST Growling Tigers. So far, 5-point lead for the LPU Pirates, who are looking for their first victory in this tournament.
Yeah, only a matter of time before LPU gets their victory. We know what they're capable of.
As we see Montaño missing on that 3, pero bola pa rin ng LPU. Binalik kay Montaño. Oh!
Wow! Gal Montaño is showing us yung kanyang skill set pagdating sa labas. Hindi pa nga niya pinapakita yung kanyang post-up moves.
Oo. And that is his 5th 3-point shot kung di tayo nagkamali. My goodness. Talagang ang daming LPU is just showing that they are not just a Barba team, but also they have a lot of reliable shooters and players that they can use. And they will be a very, very dangerous team.
Oh yeah. They're gonna compete. They're not just a dangerous team that will be playing in the NCAA, but they're gonna be competing for at least a Final Four spot.
And of course, right now, they have to solve that problem sa rebounding. And that problem is called the Kumbay Ayol problem. Medyo na-out-rebounded sila once Kumbay is inside the shaded lane. But fortunately for LPU, pumapasok kasi yung mga shots nila.
Yes.
And now, Alaw, 3. No, Ayol once again. And he's like the vacuum cleaner. Parang pag yung bola nagmintes, kuha niya agad yung bola eh. And now, here comes Villegas. Oh, what a move there by Villegas. Pero, nag-extend.
Villegas has been their primary decision maker, primary point guard from last season. You could see naman yung talent in Villegas. Lightning quick.
As we take a look at that, ayun, oh, may konting pinatikim niya ng kanyang balikat. 43-37, 2:17 remaining. Alaw, binigay kay Mara. Balik kay Alaw. Alaw. Mara, two-man action. Oh my goodness! Michael Mara is feeling it.
Michael Mara and Gael Montaño is on a shootout.
43-40, less than 2 minutes remaining in the second period. Tingnan natin. Oh, three-point shot there. Oh, answers back from Jetro Reyes. 46-40.
Grabe yung shooting ng LPU.
Pero sometimes ito yung nakakatakot pag sabi nga nila law of averages. Pag mainit ka sa labas baka mamaya in one quarter biglang pakla naman ng
biglang maging cold, ano?
Cold eh. That is siguro yun yung sinasabi nila na yung fear ng mga teams once you're an outside shooting team. Kasi yung pag inalat ka, talagang alat. So you have to have a mix of the inside-outside game.
Eh, pag tinignan mo naman mabuti, may capable inside game naman itong LPU Pirates. So I'm sure that Coach Gilbert Malabanan has a game plan both for his outside game at saka yung inside game niya. And it's a matter of adjustment. Kaya nang tinabi natin, if the bigs of UST, particularly si Kumbay, is becoming honest sa depensa niya sa LPU offense, then that's a good thing.
Meanwhile, a three-point shot by LPU didn't go in, pero kuha pa rin nila Villegas all day for the three. Oh my goodness. It would be interesting for us to know how many three-point shots ang naipasok ng LPU in the first half as we take a look at that three-point shot by Villegas and forcing UST to sue for time. 1 minute and 14 seconds here in the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup.
My future.
Right? What's a plan? I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
And back to the game, 49-41, 1:14 remaining here in the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup. UST and LPU, 8-point lead for the Pirates as they will play defense in this possession while UST will try to score. Alaw, binabantayan ngayon ni Moralejo. Mara having problems with the leather. Hindi, parang hindi niya talaga nakuha agad yung bola. That's why medyo nagkaroon siya ng problem in handling that basket.
Yung angulo rin ng pasa ni
Alaw.
Nung skip pass ni Moore Alaw.
So far, what we are noticing here, it's like a two-man game for UST, Alaw and Mara. So tingnan natin. And Mara is there. He's all over the court, whether on offense and defense. Alaw. O, binigay niya kay Teng. And now, na kay Mara. Mara uses the pick. Back to Alaw. 10 seconds to shoot. Alaw drives. Takes a shot. No. Oh, look at that. And there is a foul called. At number 24, that's on Taileg. So we take a look at Alaw, and then ayun yung foul.
Moore Alaw is becoming aggressive sa kanyang mga tira. That's a good thing.
Yes.
They have to attack the defense of the LPU Pirates.
That would be something positive for UST, especially pag naging aggressive si Alaw. It would be more touches possibly for Kumbay.
Yeah, you could have yung option sa labas like si Michael Mara becomes a catch and shoot big.
20 seconds remaining. Villegas, binabantayan ni Teng. 2 seconds ang difference sa game clock.